This is not the first time I've seen this savage temper. But I hope it will be the last. You are impossible to deal with. You could have stayed here, kept your home, if you had only agreed to the arrangements of your superiors. A small price to pay, I would have thought. But no. You have been exiled for your foolish talk, and it's your own fault. You can call me what you like, and I don't mind. But to rant against the king? You're lucky it's just exile. You're lucky to be alive. I tried to calm him as I wanted you to stay, but you wouldn't hold your tongue, would you? Your slander and curses have seen you banished. However, in spite of this, I will not fail my loved ones. I come here, woman, still thinking about your interests. You and the children will not go into exile penniless or in need of anything. Banishment brings many hardships, I imagine. I want you to know that whatever hatred you feel for me, I could never bear you any malice.
There are no names for something as foul and spineless as you! A man who is no man at all! How dare you even come to us here, where you are most despised? Is this your idea of courage or heroism, to wrong your family and then visit them? Loathsome, shameless, evil man! But part of me is glad you're here. It will ease my heart a little to spare you with my words and see you square. Let's start at the beginning. I saved your life, as every Greek on the Argonauts will confirm. I helped you harness the fire-breathing bulls, plow the field of death, sow the dragon's teeth. I killed the sleepless serpent guardian of the Golden Fleece and led you to safety. I abandoned my father and my home and went with you to Yonkers, showing more love than sent. I did this all for you, and what in return? You dropped me for some girl? Even though we have children, you forget me. I could almost understand all this loss, if you were childless. But we have two beautiful sons. What do you believe in? You lie as a matter of course. All these promises and oaths are broken wholesale. Do you think the old gods no longer rule, and you can set up new statutes to match your moral turpitude? You can't even keep your word to me, your simple word, to love and cherish. Look at this hand you took in your hand, these knees you clung to, all empty gestures, cheap, meaningless lies. You are a husk of a man, and you have cheated me of my life. Where can I go now? Home to my father? I betrayed him and my country by sailing up with you! This is how things stand. I made enemies of those I loved for you! Harm those I had no need to harm for you! In return, you made me happy, at least in the eyes of many Greek women. Oh, what a lucky girl to have such a good and faithful husband. A husband who stands watching as I'm sent into exile with my children, with no allies and no place to go. Is this your wedding gift to yourself? To leave the woman who saved you and the sons that you bore, banished as beggars?
Let us get this straight. You widely overstate your role in all this. It was Aphrodite who saved the Argo. Aphrodite alone. You're clever enough surely to see that the rest was all Eros and his arrows. Not to put too fine a point on it, you were driven by desire. You helped me, of course you did. And I'm grateful. But you gained more than you gave. You are with Greeks now, not gypsies. In a land of culture and justice, not some tribal swamp. You are known throughout Greece for that brain of yours. Would you be famous back where you came from, on the very edge of the world? I don't think so. We built our lives on accolades. And Greece, I have to say, is the very cradle of fame. As to my marriage, my royal marriage, I will show you just how wise and prudent I have been, and what a great friend I am to you and the children. Now hold your tongue! And listen. When I moved here from Iolkos, dragging bad luck behind me, what better good fortune could I find than marriage to the daughter of a king? And I, an exile. I know you think I'm tired of you and lust for a younger flesh. That I want to rival others who have many children. Not true. I have enough children. My one motive was to ensure security and prosperity. I don't want to end up as some vagrant man across the street to avoid. I want to raise the children in a manner befitting my position. Perhaps there might be other children later on. Royal brothers for our sons. And so our bloodlines join. And with that, security for all. You don't need more children, surely, but royal sons. Now, that's useful. And they'd be great companions for the ones we already have. Is that such a bad ambition? If it weren't for this sexual jealousy, you'd agree. You, women, are all the same. If you're happy in bed, then you're happy everywhere. But if that goes wrong, then the world might as well be over and you turn on those closest to you. If we could produce children some other way, without the need of women, then, believe me, all human misery would end.
An eloquent brute is still a brute! Someone who defends your evil plausibly deserves the greatest punishment. And that goes for you! You cannot dazzle me with gilded words or fancy rhetoric, nor can 1,000 pretty phrases cover up your crime. Your arrogance is matched only by your stupidity. If I pull one thread, the whole thing unravels. If this marriage is so sensible, you could have been honest. Talked it through with me first, won me over. But no, you kept your grubby secret to yourself. Have you ever told the truth?
I can just imagine what a great support you'd have been if I'd mentioned the marriage. Look at you! You can barely control your bestial rage as it is.
That wasn't really what stopped you from speaking, was it? I think it was simply this. You're getting old. Your deeds of heroism are barely remembered. And you're still saddled with a foreigner for a wife.
Believe me, this is not about another woman. This royal marriage, as I've said before, was for you and the children. The boys would have princes for brothers, and everyone would be safe.
What perilous safety! I pray I never reach it, or find this prosperity that would empty my heart.
Pray for something wiser. Pray instead for a less pessimistic view of life. Not to find pain in what is pleasant, not to feel unlucky when you're not.
Not unlucky! I go friendless into exile while you sit in the royal palace. You tell me I'm fortunate?
You brought this on yourself, you have no one else to blame.
What did I do? Did I take a wife and abandon you?
You cursed the king in the royal house!
Yes, and I will be a curse to your house too!
This is pointless. If I can help you with some money towards for the future, for the children and yourself, just say, I'm prepared to be generous. And I'm happy to give you letters to bring to friends abroad. We'll take you in, I'm sure. Look, this is a good offer. Why don't you just swallow your pride and your anger and accept it?
I need no friends of yours to take me in, and I'll have nothing to do with your money either. Is this for compensation, or just to shut me up? The gifts of the dawn are poison.
Well, let the gods be my witness. I have done everything I can. I've offered to help you and the children, but my kindness is thrown back in my face. Such obstinacy will only make things worse for you.
No! Get out of my sight! I can tell you're keen to get back to the palace, and your hot little playmate. She'll be waiting in bed, I imagine, dying for it. Go! Play the bridegroom while you can! Because I tell you this, your honeymoon will be brief and bitter as gall.